And here they are.
And here they are. It's like the I'm gonna age myself right now. It's like the romper room where they go. I see Chad and Amy and Jesse and Joe. What's up, Jerry? Matt. I see iPhone number 3. Ian's iPhone.
Go ahead, please. Yes, amazing. Thank you.
Natalie is taking a phone call in the midst of
I just got groceries dropped.
Okay.
Multitask, you know?
There's Amber, Chase, Kathy D, Julian. What's going on, my man? Julian's showing up every week from the East Coast. You gonna text or talk, or you just gonna leave it all to me right now, huh?
Take it away,
all right.
Pepe.
I got Alice and Katie, Chuck Zemzow.
Groceries, you know what I'm saying?
You have to have groceries,
right?
Yeah,
and my leasing part, they close pretty quick. So
we got we got a fill-in for Shane tonight.
Yes.
Hi, Delphine.
Delphine's in the house.
Delphine's in the house.
Oh, can you hear me?
Shane is about to get replaced.
Yep, yeah. Shane, we thinking about changing that logo on the Hopeaholics podcast.
You just quit your day job.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you got to show up, Shane. You got to show up to work every day.
Every day.
No more leotards.
You know, we did show the Shane TikTok leotard video today to our guests, Mackenzie. Mackenzie thought it was very
inappropriate.
I was going to say pleasurable.
Mind you, Shane, this is my first impression of you.
Yeah. Is Shane?
It's about the correct one.
It's
the spot on correct.
Spot on correct.
That's our guy.
We'll be glad to show. It's what to say. Matt says, Shane, you can't you can't replace. No, he is irreplaceable, but you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying.
All right, let's get this party started. Super stoked to have everybody showing up every week. Just a quick reminder why the Hopeaholics podcast exists is on 9/11 of 2022. I lost my son-in-law to the fentanyl crisis, and it was a tragic day. My daughter found him dead in his bed, and God put it on my heart to be the voice for the people that have lost their lives to fentanyl, to be the voice for hope. And because of this tragedy, a lot of people's lives are getting saved through the Hopeaholics podcast. I wouldn't have met any of you if it wasn't for this. So Justin's hand, I believe, is in everything we do. I wouldn't have met Natalie Eva Marie, I wouldn't have met Chaddick, who has her own doll. Wrestling am I on
That's
the
amazing.
camera?
Can I see that?
She has a wrestling doll here. She likes to call them action figures. She gets upset when Shane. Do you guys? How many of you were on the Recover Out Loud though when Shane did the giveaway, the doll giveaway, the Eva Marie doll giveaway, and he slept with the doll for a couple of days before he. That
sounds horrible.
He did, though.
But no.
Julian was around. I know he remember. Who got the doll? Matt got the doll, I think.
Yeah.
Was it Matt?
Yeah.
Matt, do you still have the doll?
That a boy, Matt.
Can you go grab it and show it to us?
Oh my God, you're putting him on the spot. Damn.
Like what if?
Don't let him do that to you, Matt.
What if he has it tucked in his bed right now?
I hope he does.
Like all laying down.
Oh damn, Matt!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! That a boy.
I keep it handy.
Yeah, that a boy.
That's so dope. That came off of the Eva Marie birthday cake.
Oh yeah, my 40th.
Yeah, which was
There's no way.
Just in September.
You're 40.
She's 40. Yeah, fill her head with some nice
thank you,
stuff.
girl. Yes, girl. Thank you.
Go ahead, guys.
We're gonna have to talk after this. I need your tricks and secrets.
It's peptides and what else?
No drugs and alcohol.
No drugs and
Okay,
alcohol.
but listen, have you ever heard of that stuff, beef tallow?
Yes.
Do you use it?
I don't.
Do you think it works?
I'm not sure, but I almost went down the rabbit hole because it was going viral on TikTok. So I almost bought some beef towel.
I got it from TikTok as well.
You did?
Yeah.
See? Damn.
Yeah, but it gives me glass skin. So
You do have great skin.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I usually put it on at night because it's oil based. So when I use it with makeup, all bad.
That's good to know.
I've been using beef tallow for a while.
Shut up, Chad.
Look at Joe B actually uses beef tallow. Beef tallow is awesome. I do. Rachel does freeze dried beef liver. This is great. I love the way this meeting is opening up.
Yes.
Because we are about anti-aging as well as
Well, we're about health as wealth.
Health as well.
If you don't got your health, you got
sobriety.
nothing.
Right?
Yeah,
They're kind of one and the same.
They are.
Yeah.
all goes together.
If you don't have your health, or if you don't feel good about yourself, you ain't got nothing.
Exactly.
Mackenzie, are you ready to get this party started?
I'm ready to get the party started.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me set a little timer because
Okay.
I am a yapper.
You're a yapper?
Me too.
I am a yapper.
They call her Chatty Natty.
I've toned it down. Guys, I've toned it down, right?
Jesse, are you wearing a shirt? I'm just checking. No? Oh, my goodness.
Brett's not.
Whoa, he's not even wearing pants.
Go back to him.
That's Shane's boy right there.
Our boy Brett is shirtless too.
Where's Brett?
Blasted. I see you.
I don't see.
I see him.
Right there? Oh,
Tat-
damn. He
yeah,
is
tatted.
blasted, tatted up.
Looking good, boy.
Yeah.
He certainly does.
There's some single people in the house up in here right now.
Yes, there is.
Where's So we're taking resumes. You can send them to info@thehopeaholics.com. That's info at
Mackenzie, you ready to get the party started?
hopeaholics.com. Mackenzie, you're up.
Email address.
Alrighty, guys. So Mackenzie, alcoholic. I have a sobriety date of 2/28/25. That is not my first sobriety date, and it's not guaranteed to be my last. My ability to keep that date is contingent on my continued spiritual maintenance and growth. So I mean, I've had time sober before. I got the solution, I got the promises, I got the life. And ultimately what brought me down was a resentment I built against God. So to take it back just a bit, trying to give my backstory, my upbringing was very chaotic and hectic. I'd say the only thing consistent about my life was the inconsistency. I think I went to 26 elementary schools and then I stopped counting. So I lived in an alcoholic and drug addiction home. You know, I could count on my mom to be chasing my dad with knives, everything being pulled out of the cabinets, broken all over the kitchen, you know, just complete disaster, right? But like whenever you're a kid, you don't think anything different. What you grow up in is just like your little bubble, right? So you don't know that there's anything different than that. And eventually, I would go on, my mom would go to prison, I'd go to foster care. And, around that age, like, I don't know what it was, but this is how, I know that the problem isn't necessarily the drugs and alcohol, it's me. My first suicide attempt was age 3. So that tells you that from a very young age, there was something inherently wrong with me long before I ever picked up drugs and alcohol. So I went into foster care and, I had several foster homes. I had this one foster mom, for whatever reason, beat it into me and my foster sister, like, your parents don't want you. Like, I don't know why you're sitting here crying. They're not coming back for you. They don't want you, right? And so this built like a very deep-seated feeling of abandonment, which would develop into mental illnesses, borderline, and things like that. But that feeling of nobody wants me and like I'm not good enough is what chased me, and like it's something I still have to work on today. But went through that, eventually got back with my parents, and it was just hectic. My dad had to leave shortly after I came back. He just couldn't deal with all the things going on with my mom, and I was with her for 3 years, and there'd be weird men coming over at night, and that started just like this feeling as well of like feeling like an object in that way. So fast forward, eventually I'd go back and live with my dad, and at this point in my growth and my healing and, through working on my self-therapy, the 12 steps, I've learned that, it's everybody's first time here, and it was my parents' first time being a parent, so I've given them like a lot of grace and forgiveness in the things that went on, but you know, my dad wasn't super present. You know, he didn't know how to be a single dad to a troubled teenage daughter. And I would meet my first love, right? And that fills this feeling of like somebody wants me, somebody loves me. And that relationship would go on. We'd be together for 4 years and we'd go through everything together, you know, like this sweet little innocent high school love that would turn into homelessness, drug addiction, all sorts of crazy things, right? And that feeling of like somebody loves me was there. And then when it wasn't there, the one thing that was always there for me was drugs and alcohol, right? And I'd go through like many suicide attempts. This suicidal ideation has just chased me around everywhere, you know? And I found myself at 17 living in a homeless shelter for teenagers, just trying to graduate high school. And I had a bunch of really weird men around me, you know, 2-3 times my age. And I did meth for the first time because I wanted to know, I did it out of spite. I wanted to know if it was worth throwing your kids away for, right? Because that's what I felt like my mom had done. And I did it out of spite, and I have that gene. So it just took off from there. And I wound up dropping out of high school halfway through my senior year because I'm super smart. And I started this pattern of like geographical changes, which to this day, I must admit, I still feel like will fix me, right? And so I moved to this little town in Colorado, this little ski resort town. And I moved there with my first love, and it wasn't long before we broke up, you know, maybe a few weeks or a month. And whenever I don't have that relationship right, I'm nothing. And I took 115 sleeping pills and had to be flight for life. I spent 8 days in the ICU. 6 of those days didn't even know my name, right? And that was like one of the more serious suicide attempts I had, but I'm just running from something, you know, like I'm absolutely running from something. And I didn't realize that the problem like lived in my head and my heart the whole time, you know, and it just took like me buckling down and like doing some work and like processing like trauma and whatnot. And so moving on from that relationship, I did a bunch of traveling, working at cool resorts and things like that. And there was always a him, you know. I was always serious relationship to serious relationship because I can't sit by myself. I wound up in a relationship with another guy, and, you know, he did heroin. And I'm like, I'll do anything at least 5 times, you know. I'll try anything at least 5 times. And if it's not one substance, it's another, you know. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, my DOC is what you got. I'm definitely a drug addict. I'm definitely an alcoholic. You know, because it doesn't matter what substance it is, like I'll stuff it until I can't feel anything anymore. And when I was 18, I met this gentleman named Michael, and he took me to my first AA meeting. And I will admit, like whatever group it was, I don't remember exactly which one, it was out of state, but it was very culty. You know, to be fair.
Sure.
Like, as an avid member of Alcoholics Anonymous today, I'm like, come on, guys, it's not a cult. But, like, the one I went to, it was very culty. And I was like, yeah, this isn't for me, like, you know, as we all do. And so I didn't return, but this friendship, this relationship with Michael, like, just developed. And it always seemed like one of us was trying to pull the other into sobriety, and the other was just dragging behind. Like, we never seemed to link up sober at the same time. So I spent lots of time in psych wards, jails, you know, and I got to a point where I was homeless during COVID, and I was running out of options, man. And I heard all these people are going to California to get sober. They're going to pay for your flight. You're going to be by the beach. I'm like, this is better than living in motels and getting arrested because all the cops know who I am. So I was like, why not? It took me like 6 months to pack, if that tells you like how hesitant I was to go. And so I came out here in June of 2020, and of course I had a rehab romance that I met, and we fell in love. But I, you know, got re-exposed to the rooms again, and my thing is like, I'm like, we're just gonna get Mackenzie sober, right? And then everything's gonna be good. That's not how it works. Like, once you take the drugs and alcohol away, like, that's where the real work begins, you know, like, because you take alcohol, right, out of alcoholism, you're left with the ism. That's I, self, me. And So I'm like picking apart like the 12 steps and like the rooms and the suggestions and deciding like what I will do and what I won't do. And what do you know, like my sobriety won't stick, you know? And I wind up meeting this woman. Her name's Camille, and she's still my sponsor to this day. And she's like, look, she saw me through a couple relapses. She's like, look, you can keep doing what you're doing, and maybe you've learned enough to where when you go to jail for 2 years, you could bring some AA in there. She said, or you can give this thing a fucking shot. Take my direction and, you know, get better, because there's girls out there waiting for you to get better so you can help them. Right? And like the I self me kicked in, and I'm like, oh, me? They're waiting for me? They're going to be helped by my story? You know, so I give it a shot. And my life gets drastically better. You know, like I get a job I'm not qualified to have as a high school dropout, no GED, national warrants, you know, no driver's license, you know, all these reasons why my life shouldn't be going as well as it is, but it is. And I have girl after girl after girl coming up to me at meetings like, hey, can you be my sponsor? And I'm like, what the fuck am I saying that's making these people want what I have, you know? And but I ran with it, you know, and I was going to panels, 7 meetings a week, sponsoring, you know, and like my life was just full. And on my 14 months sober, Michael passes away, the guy that took me to my first AA meeting, you know, and I had brought him out here to help him get sober, and he spent his last 9 months out here. And he passed away, and, you know, like, through working AA, like we're getting better so that we can be spiritually fit enough to walk through life, because life's going to happen no matter what. If you're loaded, if you're not loaded, like shit's going to hit the fan sometimes, you know? And my whole world started falling apart, you know, and I thought I was spiritually fit enough, but I wasn't. I built this huge resentment against God. And I stayed sober for 7 more months after that, but I was basically dry. I mean, I was still going to meetings, still sponsoring, but the 12 steps are in order for a reason, right? 1, 2, and 3 deal with God. I was doing 4 through 12, but 1, 2, and 3 had collapsed, and it was a matter of time before my sobriety and my life did too. And so around that same time, 2 of my grandparents died of cancer, while my dad starts dying from cancer. And he's like, I need your help. So I dropped everything here, the life I built, and I went to Texas and to take care of my dad. And it was just so much change, so much grief. And it was a matter of time before I relapsed, and I did. And I hit the ground really hard. And I knew that there was a solution because I had lived it, I had experienced it, but I just didn't fucking want it anymore. You know, like I wanted to be with Michael again. Like this is my person, you know, like this is my soulmate, my twin flame, you know? And the reason like I couldn't bring myself to like do something I knew that was going to end my life, like off myself for real, was because his mom texts me every day. She texts me every day. Like she would not be okay, you know? And like there's other people too, obviously. And like, I don't want to be the person that leaves the people that love me behind, because I'm the person left behind now. I'm the person whose life is forever changed by this grief, especially losing him to fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the one that causes that kind of damage to somebody's life. And so instead, I just was shooting up copious amounts of coke and seizing on the bathroom floor. So over and over, to the point like I was seeing demons, like physically seeing demons. And tried to do the geographical change thing again. It followed me, what do you know? And I came back out here in October. And I kept trying to put a little bit more time together, and I couldn't quite get there. And it was because I had to resolve what I needed to with God. You know, I wasn't going to get back into my steps and like really get the benefits and the promises of this program until I did that. And it took this last relapse, you know, like I don't have too long sober, 103 days, but 103 days is a lot of time to a dead guy. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to look at it more over as the quality of the time over the quantity, you know, and like trying to just be grateful that I have another fucking day, because some people didn't wake up today that had plans today. you know? So yeah, this last relapse hit my face really hard, and it's exactly what I needed. I found myself at a treatment center that I used to work at the corporate office for. And I come in and I'm like, I used to do your HR, I used to do, I've da 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 da, da, you know, and I have 2 black eyes because this guy like strangled me till I blacked out 3 times, beat me up, held me hostage, a bunch of shit. And so I really needed that, you know, like I go there and I'm very honest about the place that I'm in. And I'm like, I don't want to be here, don't want to be alive, don't want to be sober, take my shoelaces, I don't give a fuck, you know? And somewhere about 5 days into that, something changed for me. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, am I really going to let like the people who lost their lives to this, like it be in vain and just join them as a statistic, you know? And I got to work. And, you know, I've worked all 12 steps again with my same sponsor. And I'm honored that I have a couple sponsees present here today that have seen it fit for me to sponsor them, you know, and like that's the highest honor, you know, and like finally, like all the pain that I've experienced, that I've gone through, it has a purpose, you know, and like I tell this to new people, and especially people that have never really been in the rooms before, or people that, you know, you walk and you see it all over their face. You're like, damn, like that was once me, but like they're going through it, you know, and like when I share for them to say like, I know that you're in here and you don't think shit's gonna work for you and you think like you're too broken. And I'm like, but you should have seen me at 104 pounds. You know what I mean? Like I was a shell of a human, and like I didn't think that my life had any purpose. And every day I find more and more, and I'm not unique in this. Like we're all like this, you know, that all the shit that we've had to go through make us uniquely qualified to help somebody else. And like one day you'll be going along through life and that person or people, I believe it's going to be people, but someday that person's going to cross your path and you're going to go, that's exactly who I went through all of this for. You know, I'm uniquely qualified to help them, and now they can look at me and know everything's going to be okay. You know, and like I try to just treat every day like a blessing, because it is, and like help as many people as I can, be of service. I keep God at the center of everything. And I heard this quote one time that I absolutely love. And this is like in regards to like reaching your hand out to others, but it said, AA is just like baseball. The whole point of the game is getting your friends home. You know, and I thought that was just beautiful. And like I try to hold on to things like that and know that like as we go throughout every day, like every single day that we have here is a blessing, because it's not promised, you know, and it doesn't even have to be addiction or alcoholism that takes us out. Like anything could happen. And so every day just trying to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And, you know, not letting the people that passed away, you know, let that be for naught. So I am going to wrap it up. But I do like to end my shares with this quote, that time is the only currency we spend without knowing our balance. So spend it wisely. Thank you.
Damn.
Nice.
Savage.
Clap. Everybody.
Oh
clap.
my goodness.
Yeah.
That is
Really?
my
Yeah.
thing, yeah. It's in my phone with an exclamation point. and
Yeah.
everything.
That's
How we met.
that's hilarious actually.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved your share. It's
Thank
so
you.
good, so
Thank
real, so honest, so truthful, and couldn't be more accurate on kind of how the whole get down is. And you say you minimized a little bit about your 103 days, but one day is solid. And
Yeah.
the fact that I feel like so many people spend so much time out because they don't make it back. And the fact that you made it back is everything.
Yeah. I mean, I went out just before I hit 2 years, and my date before was 2/22/22. And so I was like, I'll never get that date again. And then also it's just like, it is hard, like coming back in the rooms, but and
sure.
like people always think like you're going to get judged, but
Yeah.
like, no, we're just happy we're seeing your face in the flesh and not in a fucking coffin,
Totally.
you know?
And we're all like, all of us were so self-consumed, thinking that everyone is caring about us, like, coming back in. Everyone's so self-absorbed within their own shit that like, just get back in the room. Who cares?
Absolutely.
Like, that's what matters. Your story is incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's awesome. Really, really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. It talks about the Narcotics Anonymous book in Recovery and Relapse about, sometimes a relapse is that thing that we need that propels us to do the extra work that we need to do to really find recovery. And I had to find that in my own story because I had just shy of 9 years, and I decided to stick a needle back in my arm, and it sent me on a spiral for the mine was very similar to yours. Like I literally told God, I'm here, I got this, I'm good. You can.
Anytime any one of us start thinking we got this, you better pick up that phone and call a sponsor, get to a meeting, say something.
See, I didn't have at this point. I didn't have a sponsor, and I told God, who was my only lifeline available, that I was good and that I got it from here. And you know what?
You're gonna shoot dope like a gentleman.
Yeah, right.
I've told myself that many times.
You want to know what's funny is I like tell this story, but like 2 weeks before I relapsed, I would have told you that there's no way that I'm ever getting loaded again. And then I decided to get loaded. And when I decided to get loaded, I was just going to get loaded one time. But I bought a 1/4 ounce of meth. So, my one time isn't like a normal person who might buy a dime bag and go, do a little or whatever.
No.
Like, I'm going to get fucking loaded, and I'm going to stick a needle in my arm, and I'm going to use until that shit runs out. And that's what that's woke up the beast, though.
God forbid you don't get high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, seriously.
I got high for about 15 minutes, and the rest was straight misery and the paranoia. Everything came straight back. This was back in the day when like the intervention show was really big, and I could hear Ken Seeley from the show outside of my motel room with half of my mom, my ex-wife, Cindy, all these people
Wait,
were out there.
actually, or
No.
Okay, just
Full
clearing
blown.
that up. I'm like,
Also
no
working
way.
for the
Where can
CIA
I
when
find
I'm
the
in a meth-induced psychosis. I don't know if you guys know that.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's
my
good stuff.
my last relapse that I had, I was in a bathroom by the beach in one of the parking lot bathrooms.
Yep.
And I heard the cops outside, and I was like, they're waiting for me along with all the members of AA.
Yeah.
And like I flushed the needles, I flushed everything.
And then when you went outside and nobody was there, you were really pissed.
I
you
forgot
fucking flushed
that
everything.
I flushed it.
So did AA call the cops on you? Or?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snitches.
Totally.
Snitches. dude.
All snitches up in here. Man, really great story
Yeah.
though. A lot of good comments. I was reading I like to read the comments when people are sharing. Two things happened. Like everybody was so intent, they didn't start commenting until the very end.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, so good.
I was
You know,
trying to
and
lock in, so
You did.
Every
I
day
loved
is
it.
every day is a miracle, man, and you don't lose what you had. It's still there. You get to gain something.
God gives you double for your trouble.
Yeah, well, you get to gain. Like I don't. Relapse isn't part of everybody's story. It is
No.
a big part of mine.
Mine too.
And I don't regret it today at all, because I don't think I would be as loving and compassionate to people that are really struggling, like to get this thing. And especially now, because like this isn't the same deal that it was
No.
when I first, even from when I got clean 8 years ago. Like fentanyl wasn't ravaging the streets. People weren't dying in rapid numbers. Like it's scary for people to come to treatment now because they get sober long enough to fucking OD. And that's the truth. And
that's what
I
happened
lost
with
my
Michael,
son-in-law.
Yeah, and I heard that, and I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I mean, Michael was my soulmate.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, to have to be there for the parents, and you are one of the parents. It's just like it's heartbreaking. And like hearing the wailing of despair, like that haunts me.
For sure.
That I've heard from his mother, like from her core,
Yeah.
the cries, like that haunts me, and it makes me want to help everybody that I can.
Yeah.
Like no parent should ever have to go through that.
But
No.
in such a tragedy, that haunting is his spirit living through the mother and keeping you alive and doing what you're doing and staying the course and spreading that
beautiful.
experience,
Yeah.
strength, and
That's
hope, and his
beautiful.
name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe there's 2 times somebody dies. It's when they take their last breath and when somebody says their name for the last time, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to like carry
For
on,
sure.
not forget those names, keep
Yeah.
talking about
Yep.
it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Totally.
She's an old soul, my sponsor. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you guys are here. It just goes to show like the power of the program and like what we all need, because it's like we aren't these like unique unicorns, even though we like to think that we are. We're not,
Correct.
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Like-
agree with you completely.
I just met you guys. We just met you guys. We're all one and the same.
Yep.
We get it.
We all
Like,
have the same thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
And that's what I think is beautiful about the program.
Well,
I
that's-
like to think of it like we're all sick. I mean, because I
For
know
sure.
we say that, but like we forget it as things get better and stuff. You know.
Oh, for
We
sure.
are
That's the first
all
thing.
sick.
So that we like to forget that
Exactly.
we need. That's why it's like a rigorous. Like we only get a daily reprieve. We got to stay like diligent, disciplined on this because it's right there, knocking
Right.
on the door.
Yep.
Self-righteous, this and that. I'm like,
Totally.
I'm just as sick as
Someti-
that person I'm critiquing at this very
Right.
moment.
Right.
Sometimes
Probably
it creeps
sicker
through the
sometimes.
door.
I
But
think
yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm
Totally.
like, oh
Right.
boy.
Yeah.
That's true.
I yeah.
I grew up in LA, so probably.
All right, let's get the second part of this
All right.
party started. We got Jerry got his
Jerry.
hand up. He's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Thanks all for the comments too. I appreciate it.
Jerry Addict, sobriety date April 1st, 2024. A year, 2 months, and 8 days.
That a baby.
I want to thank the speaker, like it related a lot to me, crystal meth was my choice of drugs, like I'm in my second column of my resentment, and it sucks, it sucks because I had to add my sponsee brother, it's like I say to all friends, family, sober peers, there's a line that I do not allow no one to cross, I was in treatment, when I found out my dad who raised me passed away through COVID and cancer, and he decided to make that joke. So I immediately hanged up, and it's my old addict self wanted to come out, and just react, I was like, I don't have to live life like that no more, and it was bugging me so much in my head, like you guys said it. I had to pick up that 15-pound phone and call my sponsor. Hey, I feel this type of way. Towards who? Your sponsee brother? Yeah. Fuck it. Put it on your resentments. He made you feel that type of way. Put it in your resentment. It's okay. And it's like I get to enjoy this life. I get to enjoy it. I put my life in the line to get my next high, my next fix, and like I put my family through hell, friends, loved ones, partners, everything, and then for them to be able to call me now, hey Jerry, what are you doing? Are you coming by today? When are we going out to eat? It's like that joy of being able to hear their voice, to able to see them, to like they care, like Sunday's gonna be hard, it's Father's Day, so like, and I keep it towards my heart, like it's like if my dad was here, like I would love to give him a hug and see for him to see the best version I'm becoming, and it's like my mother reminds me a lot. She's my support, she like, how's your recovery? How's this? How's that? Are you going to your meetings? Like, yeah, it's like I see it. I put myself in her shoes. The hell I put her through, and it's like I get to enjoy this new life and being sober. Like I gone to treatment so many times. I work in treatment. I have 2 jobs. Like I get to enjoy life being sober. But yeah, thank you so much.
We love you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry. Devon got the
Devon got it.
the timer right now, huh? All right, Devon, we see you. We see you.
Okay, Matt.
What up, what up, what up, family?
What's going on?
Matt, grateful recovering addict. Mackenzie, yo, your story's super, super powerful.
Thank you.
Um, Definitely a good share. And a lot of stuff that I could relate to. First of all, when you said like you just basically just could never get enough. I was the same way. It was a daily go, and there was just no stop. There was no stop, none at all. And took me 28 years to finally stop. And the only reason I really ever went, I don't want to say the only reason. I mean, I had some family that played a part in it, but only reason I went to rehab was to save my job. Because after I got busted and my face was plastered on was plastered on a mugshot in on Facebook, and it's called a fighting crimes group that we have out here in this town. Like before I even, as soon as I got bailed out of jail and turned my phone back on, it was lighting up with missed calls. And it was the it was the union rep for my job talking about, hey man, listen, everybody in the plant already knows. He said, if you want to save your job, you got to go to rehab. I was like, man, it was a good paying job. I wasn't gonna be able to replace it, so I went to rehab. Took me 2 days to find a place. Went and like my first 7, 10, maybe even 14 days in rehab, like the detox was trash. Yo, it was hell. But after that, like I was thinking of ways to get out. I was like, oh, if I come up with a good reason that I had to leave or whatever, just so I could leave and go get high again. It was about maybe like I said, 10, 14 days in, something hit me, and I said to myself, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I made a commitment to myself that I was going to stop because I wanted my life back. And then I even spent like probably the first year and a half of my sobriety just being sober, not working on me. And I know my time's about to end, but I wasn't even working on myself. And then finally God hit me, man. And getting in touch with God. And over the past year or so, it's just been more and more and more and more focused on God. And that's what's really changed me. So everybody, please, 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 please keep working. Please put your trust in God. It's so worth it, I promise. This world is a better place with you in it. Love you all.
Amen.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah.
Michael.
Oh, Michael, alcoholic.
Hi, Michael.
Mackenzie, thank you. That was an awesome lead. This disease is not biased. We had very different upbringings. I had two loving parents, got great grades, went to college, but we ended up in the same place. Miserable, defeated, in psychosis.
Yep.
Not really wanting to live anymore. I did geographics. I did, all of that stuff. And just to see you up there, so coherent, so strong, so selfless and so early in sobriety, right? It's just a testament to the power of like what AA and the community and doing and following direction. I heard you say, right?
Yeah.
All of the tools that we have, and relapse is a part of my story too. I only have 28, 26 days, but I've been trying to get sober for the last like 4 years. I've probably been sober like 1,000 out of the last 1,200 days or something like that, but it's like relapse just keeps getting me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So yeah, just checking in. It was really good for me to hear that and to see someone, you know, like myself be humbled again and come back in and, you know, do the right thing for yourself and also for the people that care about you and the people that look to you and, you know, depend on you. So I really appreciate all you guys in this meeting. Like I said, I got 26 days.
That a boy.
Congratulations. I was going to say, that's
Yeah.
big.
It's huge.
It's big.
And you're here
Thank
tonight
you.
sharing.
Yeah, you know, and I really appreciate this meeting and this community that I found. Um, Chad and Shane, I appreciate the follow. You know, in carrying my cousin's name, and like you said, in Michael, my name is Michael, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And like you said, you know, keep carrying, you know, keep carrying that name and that message. And I really appreciate, you know, what you guys are doing for my family and everything. It's helping a lot of people, and it's just really awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing and get sober out loud, right? It's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to do through kind of my new campaign. And you know, I appreciate your guys' support and everyone else here in this meeting. Hope you guys all have an awesome day. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you, Michael.
Awesome. Thank you,
Thanks,
Michael.
Michael.
Michael is Justin's cousin.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, you know, we found each other through social media because of this platform that was built because of Justin.
Which is another beauty
Yep.
for social media too.
Yep.
We're positive. Devon.
Devon.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
bro. Aloha. Aloha na kako o divan ko no velo ki ala 63 days today.
Amazing.
Aloha, my name is
Nice.
Yvonne. Just for today, I have 63 days. Right on time. We're going hand down. We're good. Thank you, Mackenzie, for your share. Thank you for inspiration. 103 days is big, and
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
28 days right on, bro. We do what we gotta do. Uh-oh. Am I cutting out again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hopefully
were
I
a
am.
bit.
Okay. So so I got invited to go to a panel, right? And I was like, what? I got a service commitment. Like, I gotta be there, right? And they're like, oh no, just come to the panel. It's a women's panel. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, why? I said, I got my meeting. Like, I'm good. And but like your story, right? Your story is amazing.
Thank you.
I'm rocking. I'm going to IOP on Wednesday, and I'm like rocking this recovery thing, right? Rocking this rehab thing, and my life cannot be going any better than it is right now. Really, really. I go to meetings. I dropping my first step on Sunday finally, and I've had to work through some triggers right over the past week, like. I got to talk to my son. And I'm missing a lot of things right now in his life, the potty training, um the words, the putting sentences together, right? And last night he said, Mommy, I love you and I miss you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like all in one sentence, right? But these are the moments that I cherish, yeah. I feel like it's millions of miles away from home, right? But I'm miles and miles away, thousands of miles away from home, and I get to share these memories and get to be a part of these things, right? Because I'm sober,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm still here, because I'm still alive one more day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're new here, welcome home. Welcome to a new way of life. If you're coming back from a relapse like myself, welcome back. I'm glad you made it back. I was feeling for my coins. I got my 60-day coins, right?
That's
Amazing.
right.
Nice.
Congrats.
Got a baby.
Big congrats.
And it's thanks to this program, Hope by the Sea, Hopeaholics, right? I was at Nat's house. I'll wrap it up. But I was at Natalie's house for detox, and it fucking saved my life. Like, this this program is saving my life one day at a time, right? Um, if you're new here, welcome home. Welcome to a new way of life. If you're coming back from relapse, welcome back. If you're struggling, keep your head up, keep your heart strong, keep putting one foot in front of the next, and keep going. And if nobody's told you that they love you today, well, fuck, I love each and every single one of you, and there ain't a damn thing anybody could do about it. I love you all. Aloha.
I
And thank
love
you for
you.
allowing me to be in service. Love you all.
Thank you.
Love you, Devon.
Thank you.
You're gonna make Natalie cry, Devon.
I just
She
love
does
it.
that. She does this for that exact reason right there.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Lives are changing. It's beautiful, man. God is good.
God is all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
God is good. Absolutely.
Joe B.
Joe B.
Joe B. What's really going on?
Looking like a gangster tonight.
What up? I'm actually, all right, ready? I'm doing something I shouldn't do, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm getting a chocolate milkshake. And I shouldn't do it because it leads to other chocolate milkshakes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's just how my life is.
you just ate 3,000 calories of I watched your story. You had
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days
Ice
ago
cream.
the ice cream. You
Yes.
chased the ice cream truck down. He finally fucking let you chase him down. You got the ice cream sandwich, and then you got the chocolate shake, and now you're out for another. Is this a relapse? Do we need
I'm
to
a
come out
fucking
there?
addict, bro. This is straight up addict
I feel
behavior.
you, Joe. I feel you.
My
Know your
brain
Motel
told me,
6.
do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. And I'm here.
You know, I'm
I'm
thinking
upset.
about going to Baskin Robbins on my way home now, just because you.
That's where I'm at right now. Baskin Robbins, bro. I'm here right now. Look at that.
He's got coupons. Look at him.
For sure, I'm going to Baskin Robbins
And
tonight.
I already ordered, and there's a car behind me, so I'm committed now. I can't even get out of here.
Yeah, well, here's the
Right?
thing.
That's
My
an
wife and
excuse.
daughter are in Las Vegas, so I'm doing something big tonight, and that's Baskin
Right?
Robbins.
It's funny how this is big now.
This is
That's
what gets
how
our
big
not
night
salsa.
out.
Yeah.
I know. No, it's but I just wanted to say something before my time runs out. Holy shit. Mackenzie is your name?
Yes.
Yes.
You were fantastic.
Thank you.
Like
very
really,
much.
like
Yes, she
beginning
was.
to end. You don't sound like 100 days. You sound like you got 1,000 days, which is a testament to how hard you're working.
Thank you.
And that's a good thing. And I identified with a lot. The same thing, wanting to be loved, thinking AA is a cult. And that was all perspective, because when I was loved by people, I pushed them away because I felt like they were loving a version of me that wasn't really me.
Right.
So before I show them that fake version, let me get out of this, because I lied about everything early on. My relationships never lasted past 2 months. It's really like 10 dates. That's all I had in me. And the cult thing was all my perspective. I was keeping everything in, lack of humility, lack of honesty, and I couldn't tell whoever was my sponsor at the time how I felt. So that's why I went back out this time around. And I was doing step work with someone today, and we discussed reservation. Very important to me. I love that question in the NA workbook. And my reservation this time around was serious. I didn't think anything else was going to make me pick up like the last time, This time around was family tragedy, successful personal injury. And all three of them occurred within a year and a half of my recovery. And I got through all of them. Because the difference now was, how you doing? The difference now was, I'm so excited.
Look
I'm about
at
to
him.
hand it to me. But the difference now is I actually humbled myself, and I knew I needed this, and I knew I couldn't do it on my own. Even with people, I needed a design, if you will. God really helped me. And I sent something to the group today that I don't regret anything ever happened in the past, because if it didn't happen the way it did, I wouldn't have the relationship I have now with God.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Even if I
exactly it.
wasn't an alcoholic, I would still think I'm surviving my own way. Right? So I had to be broken down. I had to be crippled emotionally in order to get where I'm at today. Being really happy about a chocolate milkshake. Thank you so much. You made my night.
He's so happy. Really good.
I'm very happy, and it's because I owe it to all of this and you guys. And I love this meeting, right? Because sometimes the speakers are boring. You were fantastic. But Chad,
Thank you.
Natalie, and Shane are on point every time. You always say something I need to hear or need to be reminded of. Like, you guys are fucking fantastic, man. really, really good at what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. Mackenzie, you're going to help a lot of people. And anyone in here is struggling, just remember, whatever you're feeling will pass. Pick up the phone. You don't need to pick up a drink or drug. Pick up the phone.
Or a
God loves
chocolate
you. Love
milkshake.
him back.
Or
That's
chocolate
it, guys.
milkshake.
I'm about to
I
go
think
to
it's
town
coffee
on
and
this
Kit
thing.
Kat today.
We
Love
love
yous.
you. We love you, Joe.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Enjoy your milkshake.
Yeah.
Coach Kristen, what's poppin'?
Coach Kristen.
Boom.
My God, what's poppin'? Brand new just hopping. Hey. No. Can you guys hear me? I have
Yeah.
headphones in
We can
today.
hear you.
Okay. Guys, I missed all y'all. I've been out for the count. I injured my lower back lifting, and I was in the hospital for a few days last week. Super thankful to be here today, and my computer kept kicking me out. I don't know why. But like one thing that you said, it was like towards the end, Mackenzie, you were like, all the shit that we've had to go through made us uniquely qualified to help others. Yo, 1,000% understand that, because like, I mean, yeah, I put myself through a lot of shit, but things have happened to me, and I'm currently going through like crazy shit at work, and like not knowing what even the next like few months is gonna look like. But I know that like everything I'm going through is gonna help somebody else, because I've seen it time and time again in my life. And it's like, you reminded me of that is like super, like, I don't know, it's just God, because like I'm telling you, crazy stuff happened today. I'm testing for promotion tomorrow, and like I didn't even know I was supposed to test for promotion tomorrow. I found out today, but it's like all this random stuff, like good stuff and bad stuff, because I feel like, yeah, we went through a lot of shit that helps us help others, but also like the good shit that we go through too helps us help others. And so like, I don't know, I'm just super thankful that everything I've been through, because from like, from back all the way when I was a kid till now, like I wouldn't change anything for the world, because I wouldn't be sitting here today, and I'm just super thankful for God for, giving me the opportunity to even be on this earth. So
That's right.
yeah, I just want to say thanks. Appreciate you. And I definitely needed your share tonight.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was just talking to my dad about that today, about, everything that I've went through, even though like sometimes I feel like I have regrets. Just knowing that, I wouldn't be the person I am today without it. So I'm glad. It always makes me happy when people can see that the same way,
For sure. Chuck. Zemzow.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
You.
Man, thank you for the lead tonight. Great share tonight. I love the word ism. That stuck out real quick. I remember my buddy Bob talked about the isms, and regrets kept me away from the rooms, because regret led to shame, led to a lot of other things when I relapsed. But luckily I made it back. The seat was there, and the thing that I listened to tonight throughout this whole meeting is all the miracles that are here tonight. With 103 days, 28 days, Chad with 8 years. That's proof right there that something's working.
That's right.
And the attraction, rather than promotion, is put into play from what I'm listening to tonight. And I ain't got a whole lot to share today. I've been kind of quiet lately. I've been doing a lot of listening instead of talking, and just grateful everybody being here tonight. And that's all I got.
We love you, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
I was waiting for it. I did.
Zemzow.
Yeah, I don't do it as annoying as the boys, but I still held it down for you, Chuck.
It's been a minute.
Jesse. I can't help but think of Jesse's girl.
Jesse.
Is that Jesse's girl?
What's up, guys?
Hi, Jesse.
Yeah, I get that song all the time.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
everyone. Jesse's girl.
Yeah,
Like, there
I'm
she
sorry.
is.
That's Jesse's girl right there.
Yeah, the baby that was just screaming at me.
Hi, Jesse's girl.
What an amazing share, Mackenzie. I relate to so much. It was very powerful, very well spoke, like captivating. Yeah, I was at, what day is it today? Actually, 2 years ago. 2 years ago on the 14th, my brother overdosed of fentanyl. Well, died of fentanyl poisoning. He was on the streets, then got forcefully sobered by jail, got out, relapsed, and died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I know how hard the loss can be. 2 years ago is actually when I hit my mental bottom. It was uh God, it was rough. I didn't relapse, but I mean I might as well have. It was such a low spot. I had an injury, I had lost my brother, and I had also lost my community because I had just moved. So it was rough. And those low spots, man, they fucking teach you a lot. Um, and I can't, like some people have said, sometimes that's what we need. That's what we need. We need to hit that low spot. We need to have that relapse to learn whatever we were missing, right? Um, and I live on in my brother's name because I suffer from I don't know what to call it. Like, I get suicidal thoughts. I kind of thought everyone did, where they like just get sick of life and get mad and upset, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, I want to kill myself. I thought like everyone had that until I talked to a therapist, and they're like, no, that's kind of not
That's
normal. I'm like, oh,
concerning.
what? Uh, are you sure? Because
I
I
found out
know
the
quite a
same
bit of
way.
people that think that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd say suffer very lightly, right? Because it's given me a lot of insight. I've been able to analyze myself and my way of thinking, and yeah, those low spots we got to watch out for because they can be dark. But people like you, people like everyone in the rooms, and this podcast, like, shine a bright light, and I love it, and that's why I keep coming back. And you guys just remember that there's not one right way to recover. So whatever you're doing, just keep doing it.
Thank you.
We love you,
That was
Jesse.
a really good share.
Kathy.
Is that Kathy?
Yeah.
Kathy D?
Kathy D.
Is she related to my...
Hi, Kathy Alcoholic. Oh, this meeting is fire. Thank you so much, Mackenzie. You wanted to light it up. You lit it up, man. I was totally sobbing at one point. I don't remember, just I was really, really into your share. And ism, I know all about it, but I needed to be reminded of that so much. So right now, and just God, I mean, I've got a little bit of time under my belt, and just listening to you tonight, and all the other shares just made me realize, no, because I didn't think when I was in high school I drank that much and partied that much, but that wasn't it. It was how I did it. Like, if I knew I only had 2 wine coolers, right, because that's all I could get a hold of, and I wouldn't eat all day long, and then I'd drink it through a straw. I mean, other people don't do that. They're like, cool, I got 2 wine coolers. No, I was planning it out and all that kind of shit. Wow. And just so much has come to my mind just from listening to your share. And congratulations to everybody. And Devon, you're getting me all bawling. Wow. And then I know my brother's watching
Maddie
out there 550 miles away, and I see he's on there. And I mean, this is a commitment for me every Tuesday, and it makes me feel really good. I won't be here next Tuesday because I'll be helping with my group's potluck. So I tried to listen last month, and it didn't work out so well. I couldn't really hear the speaker. Fuck. And then this morning, I usually read like a prayer on Instagram from this one guy, and then jump on our DMs. And I wish I would have read them this morning. I had a pretty serious doctor's appointment, and my cat climbed on the roof of the trailer, and I couldn't get him down, and I literally fucking had a meltdown. I mean, I totally could have handled it so much better. And then I'm sitting here waiting for them to call my name, and I'm reading this. It was either Chuck or Matt that threw it on there, and just like, if I could look down at myself from God's perspective. And I had a good chuckle, and I mean, but I really shouldn't skip. It only takes a couple minutes to read the daily stuff. And happy birthday, Chad. That's awesome. I wanted to just mention really quick, like, think about religion and, and all the self-righteous people, and don't we just like stay away from them? I do. I mean, nobody likes that. It's the same thing with recovery. So I appreciate the reminder, because I did go out and it was bad. And I appreciate the reminder that, maybe that brought a little more humbleness to my recovery and allows me to not be so judgmental. So anyway, love you all. Thank you.
Love you, Kathy. Shout out to your brother, Matt D. Also, I see you, Matt.
So if you're a regular on this meeting, we do have a Recover Out Loud group DM on Instagram that we all participate in.
Emily just put in the chat to send your IG username so that we can add you to it, and that way you can be a part of. And it's a really good, fun, uplifting group.
You didn't make it sound very fun and uplifting.
Sorry.
It was like, did you guys want to join after that? It's a very fun and uplifting.
You know what?
Group.
Sometimes everybody gets way too hot, way too way over the level 10. So they pick and choose.
Let's try this.
I try to bring down my level.
Really amazing. I mean, it's fun. It's uplifting. It's a Instagram DM group for the Recover Out Loud people.
Do I look like I would be a drag and be a part of a drag type of like boring DM list?
No, you look cool.
Thank you.
You look really fucking fun.
I knew I would love you, so thank you. How about that? Did I sell it better?
She's got the girls back.
I have to
now.
Yeah, see?
I got to deal
You're
with
done.
this bullshit.
You're done, Chad.
Fucking
hit us with your DM, please, so you can get at it. Okay.
All right, we got Zoom user.
No.
Wait, don't.
Oh, I just heard my dog.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is there? You can go up and check it out.
Oh my God, you're back! Yes.
What's
you
up?
said you
I'm
would
back.
be.
I made it.
That a baby. That a baby.
But I'm here. I made it.
Hi.
Hi. So I was a little late to the meeting. Had some stuff going on here at the facility that I'm at, so had to go ahead and handle some stuff here, some homework that I fell behind on, but got my homework done, got my assignments done. So 74 days clean today.
That a baby.
I got some thank you. I got some bad news Monday. Found out one of my battle buddies was murdered, but making the best of it and praying for him and his family, and I'm working on the art.
I think we froze.
Just go down the path that I was on, and I know that that's not the right way. Yeah. So I prayed about it, opened up my Bible, and started to read that. Then read a little bit of my NA book that my roommate left me before she left. Was kind of self-isolating in my room for a little bit, but got out and ate with all the women here, and just figured, I'll still hop on here even if I was late. Hop on here because I love the vibe. You guys always make me laugh, bring smiles to my face. I love hearing everybody share. I was using for about 10 years, alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, suffering from PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, you name it. Pretty much just trying to survive. I'm still trying to survive, but I'm doing it clean and healthy now. I've gained about 105 pounds. I was down to 88 pounds.
Damn.
When I got out of the corrections facility. and then got into the VA here in Waco. So still here. I'll be leaving about July 7th if they don't extend me. I want to try to extend just because I don't feel ready yet to go home. But I'm counting my chickens before they hatch, and a lot can happen. I can still learn a whole lot more from what I'm going through. And the way I see it, the bad news that I got is just a bump in the road. And there's people out here that I could lean on for support, and I'm not alone. And I mean, thank you guys for what you do. I appreciate everybody, every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you. I'm so happy that you're here and came back tonight and hopped on here.
My mom passed away in Waco.
Oh, my son goes to college in Waco.
She was a crystal meth user.
Yeah. I have a house currently being sold in Salina.
Oh, wow.
We're all Texas.
Texas in the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Southern California. I'm not even going to try to do
I would say his name.
I lived in Galveston for a while.
Oh, okay.
I'm from,
Are we going
Bring us on
to are we going to do this? No. Natalie or I have to say your name. Huh?
How fucked up did I say it?
Germantis.
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 It's with a gur.
Gur. Okay.
Yeah.
Bring us on home tonight.
I'm Lithuanian, so that's
okay.
the name. So. But yeah, thank you everybody for your shares. I related with a lot of it, like how Joe was talking about thinking AA is a cult. I've had that where I'm like, I'll start looking on Google about AA being a cult, and I'm like, man, did I just waste the last 6 years of my life in here? But like, I don't know.
I had a recurring dream for a long time about it.
It's been so much helpful for me. Like my old life and like where I'm at sober is like night and day. Without it, I probably wouldn't have my friends, my family, anything. And I'm really grateful for this meeting. Like I don't know what happens. Like I've stopped like going to in-person meetings. I've been like running dry for like 3 weeks, just like not connecting with anyone. And like this meeting is very helpful. And when I start doing that, I know I need to like start going back to AA meetings, like talk to a sponsor, maybe do the steps and do whatever like needs to be done. Cause otherwise I feel like life just becomes so like boring, and like my old stuff comes back, like the painful, like the suicidal ideation stuff the other person was talking about. And then I'm like, I don't end up like having an option where I have to like drink or do drugs or something to like escape. So I don't know, I'll just kind of continue to do what needs to be done, work the program, all that stuff. And it's really nice that you guys have this podcast or like Zoom meeting where you can connect with like-minded individuals and see that there's like people that are, having fun in AA and sober and from all walks of life. So thank you so much.
We love you.
Awesome, man. Thanks for showing up and thanks for sharing tonight. And
I love that. Just the fact of like, that's real. Like how you closed is awesome because that's how this shit works. Is like we stop going and participating and isolating, and then all of a sudden our old character defects and like that negative voice creeps right the fuck back in. That's why it's like so imperative for us to constantly stay connected and to use our voice and to open our mouth and to pick up the phone and to do all those things so that we don't go back to the old way of thinking, because
I call it like
that ain't right.
Showing up for myself.
Totally.
Like showing up for me. Like, there's so many moments where I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You just have to like, no matter whether you want to, just put your pants on and do it.
100%.
Yep.
Because leading out of the things that got us well is going to get us sick again.
Oh, for sure.
Well, it's that time, but I do want to point out one of our members, guests, what do we call it here? Zoom people has the dopest last name in the thread right now. I'm gonna go with Travis Teets.
That was like totally a Shane comment.
I know.
What?
It was in memory of Shane.
Wow.
We like to make a lot of fun of everybody here. Travis, we love you and we love your last name. And again, it's Travis Teets.
And it's T squared. I'll go with that one.
So we appreciate y'all showing up. If everybody can turn their camera on, because
don't let them do it, guys.
We are the only meeting in the whole entire universe that does this. So if you can get your cameras on, we started a new trend last week. So if I could get our guests to all stand up, even the ones in the back.
I don't stand.
No, we're standing. Stand your ass up. Here we are. We're standing. Ready? Look at us. All. Go ahead. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. See you guys all next week. We'll be in Phoenix. Oh, damn it. You didn't. You just cut me off.
We need to make sure that the guest speaker has that strong.